Ready.
Good evening. Today is May 11th, and we will call the Vermillion County Council meeting to order. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for being here tonight. We have a couple members over the phone. I will do a roll call. Mr. Costello.
Here.
Mr. Donovan.
Here.
Mr. Spence.
Here.
Mr. Major.
Here.
And on our conference call, we have Mr. Bush. Brett, can you hear us?
Here.
Okay. And Mr. Greer. Randy, are you there?
Here. No time delay.
And also on the phone, we have our council attorney, Mr. Vermillion, is with us tonight. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Does anyone have any corrections they would like to see done?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from our March 9th meeting.
I'll second.
There's actually one correction on it says President Ashley James reviewed the appropriations, and it should say Vice President Bob Spence. That was the only thing I saw that. So do you want to make a motion to approve the minutes as corrected?
Yes, I'd still like to make a motion to approve the minutes as corrected.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Major, a second by Mr. Donovan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no.
Aye.
I think there's a time delay, like I mentioned, so
Okay.
it's gonna seem odd.
I will pause then in between to make sure they have been approved. Next, we have the treasurer's report. Does anyone have any questions concerning the treasurer's report? On the phone conference call, there's a little bit of background noise coming through. I don't know if it's who it's coming from, but you may either put your phone on mute and then unmute it if you need to talk. Not sure how to deal with it. Okay, please note that we received the treasurer's report. The comp time report, are there any questions, concerns, comments? Nope. Okay. Please note that we received the comp time report also. We have one transfer of funds. It is from CASA. They're asking to move copying expenses to the recruitment. It's $1,080.20. These are grant funds that were approved for recruitment, but then they were not appropriated yet. Is there any questions?
And it's reporting only.
It is.
Yes. Under the fund name.
Oh, okay, we changed it. Okay,
Sorry.
it's okay. I see it now. Oh, it's recording. Okay. Any questions? Next up is additional appropriations. The first one I have is Mike for your sheriff's sale. Request for $7,000 for the SRI. SRI is now conducting the sheriff's sale. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the value, that part of the 7,000, is that, did Mary come up with that, or
Yes, Mary did.
where would that come from?
She just put that they're $100 per sale and that you had approximately 5 sales per month. But I don't know where she got the 7,000.
Well, actually, since SRI took over, what it is there's $200 every sheriff sale that has to be paid with the property sales amount. But that SRI taking care of everything like they do the county tax sales, they would get 100 of that and the county would still get 100. But I don't know why it would have to be 7,000. You know, I probably signed it, I just assumed you and Mary worked on that together.
That's just what she turned
But
in.
we have about 400 or 500 that is due to them now.
But you'll need
And
additional.
the checks have already been turned in, so I mean, that money is already, should already be there. Mary's already turned those in.
But we have to have the appropriation to pay SRI.
Right, they get $100 of the ones we've already done and they've already been turned in, so.
So are you wanting to cover the current bill, or do you want to cover for the rest of the year also?
No, only as we do the sales, but that's how I don't know how that comes in. How does the county do it with the tax sales?
The tax sale fund is unappropriated, so we don't have to appropriate. The money goes into the fund and then we pay it out unappropriated. Where does your money go?
Into the general fund.
Okay, so then you have to make an appropriation to pay it SRI back out. So the money goes in, so we're just setting up an appropriation. So you just need a figure on, that'll get you through the end of the year, an estimate.
Okay, so then that's, you and her had to work on that to come up with that. So obviously, if we didn't sell that many, then, you know, no money's going out unless we're paid up front anyway. So it's 30 days after they give us it. Right now, they've only done one sale for us. Our sales is done monthly or bi-monthly. And we should have had one this month. We had no houses on the list, and we skipped until next month. And right now, I don't think we have any for sale. But that can change literally. But regardless of whether they sell or don't sell, there's a $200 check that has to come in when the sale comes from the attorneys for the finance company. So that doesn't go away. Whether the house sells or they cancel the sale, SRI gets 100, we get 100. And our 100 goes into the general fund. Always has. Is that clear as mud?
Okay, so this is setting up to make sure we cover for the rest of the year, so you don't have to.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd take, 3 months to pay it every time we did this?
Right.
So, yeah.
What's your preference on amount? More questions for the sheriff?
Either way, if nothing, at the end of the year, I imagine that money just goes on back to the general. fund.
Right,
If
yeah.
anything's left
Right.
over,
If it's not used.
there most likely will be. We're not that big of a currency. We don't do all that many. One cell, you may have 6 or 7, and another you may have 1 or 2. I mean, there's no way to forecast it. Can you hear me talking through this okay?
You can hear me.
I'll make a motion to approve the 7,000 additional for the sheriff's sale.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Mr. Donovan and a second by Mr. Major to allow the $7,000 for the sheriff sales. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those in favor say no. Against, sorry. Motion is approved. The next additional appropriation is for the highway garage repair. It is $15,000 for the second district rack to hold sandboxes.
You say second district?
That's what it says.
Huh?
It says second district. Is that the third?
We find it.
Tim?
Yeah, that's what you called me on, Tim.
Third district.
Okay.
Third district? It should be third district.
Yeah, agenda. This is agenda.
Yeah.
Is that a repair that needs made, Tim?
What is it for example,
The sandboxes?
Is somebody, you hire a contractor to make that, or are you just buying material?
I think probably the material maker ourselves.
how many is it gonna hold? Like 4 or 5?
Probably, I think about one that holds two now, and take it outside. If you think the time is bad right now, we can bring it up later. Pretty good, so.
Okay, any questions about it or?
I'll make a motion to allow.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Spence, a second from Mr. Donovan, to allow $15,000 sandboxes and third district garage. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say no. Motion is approved. Our next appropriation is it's the grant match for the CASA fund, $11,835. Judge West talked to us late last year about the matching of the grant, and it has been postponed. Since we did not have a meeting last month in April due to the COVID, it is on our agenda for tonight.
I'd like to make a motion for the CASA match, additional appropriation, $11,835.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Mr. Major and a second by Mr. Spence to the CASA grant match. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved. Due to meeting constrictions and not being able to fully facilitate a discussion, it has been asked that we remove the ambulance additional appropriation and the human jail additional appropriation of 2.5 million. Although those were more like transfers, they weren't actually a previous bill, so. Mr. Wilson, that is correct, we are to remove those. We will also be removing the jail renovation funding discussion tonight as well. There is an additional appropriation request. It is $600,000 from public safety and $900,000 from certified chairs. Each year, we have taken money out of the lit tax and moved it into the human jail fund. The last 2 years, we have done 1.2 million. This is giving the option to move 1.5. We can do it at any point in the year. We have waited until the end of the year previous years. So it is up for discussion tonight if you want to move it now, or we can actually move it later in the year. It is just a mere changing funds. It is not, we are not approving to spend it.
I don't have any problems with moving it today or the amounts.
Need two separate motions or maybe you're
We have two separate, we can do it in two separates.
Okay.
That way if you want to move one.
I just want to say something, actually, I just don't think now is the time to do it. Maybe we see how things pan out at the end of the year. With the pandemic going on and looking like an economic recession, I don't think now is the right time to be using that money. We should keep that money free to use for anything else that we may need in the county in the coming months.
The $6,000 coming from public safety, so.
600,000 is coming from public safety. In the past, we had moved the money because the lit tax was main purpose of it was for the jail.
Correct.
And so this money was moved out to make sure it was safe for the jail and not spent otherwise. That was our
Right.
thinking in the past. But each year is different, this year.
There's still money available for some unforeseen and necessary expenditure on public safety items for something such as COVID-19 related expenses that are seen. There's,
We're not wiping the balance.
Right.
In the accounts.
right.
But
So we move the 600,000, what would be left in the account?
I'd have to look it up to see. And we get the distribution monthly. And then we also got the supplemental. I sent an email out today. So there's supplemental money as well.
And these amounts are the maximum we can, if you want to move less, you can move them. It's up to the council. We just need a motion on whichever way we can go.
I'll make a motion to approve the transfer of 600,000 from public safety to Joe.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Are there any further questions?
Again, I'll just say that, I think that this is the right time to be moving that.
All those in favor of moving the 600,000 from public safety to the jail fund, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, please say no.
No.
Motion is carried.
On the, once that's done, if there is some sort of, this is the purpose of the tax was to do this. Timing's irrelevant, you can do it in fall or spring, whenever you want. So the purpose here is nothing unusual, the timing, like, Councilman Majors, I understand this concern, I agree with this concern about, this money, if for some unforeseen reason, this money had to be used for some crisis. Can it be removed? Can it be appropriated back to the fund that was generated from?
So you're
Once
at
it goes into the jail fund, is it locked in?
to the account jail.
Yeah,
Well, it can't come out unless we appropriate it.
right.
And then
That's DJ.
DJ,
Yeah.
since the money originally came from the lit tax from the public safety and it goes to the accused jail, is it able to come back out of the accused jail and then be used for public safety again?
So you're saying transfer into Q jail and then transfer back
If there would be,
if necessary?
correct.
I don't know, with the Q jail fund, is it established like in Clinton, we have a Q fire fund, or is it just a fund that we set a title to that's kind of like a wallet for jail money?
Yes, it's just kind of like the savings account or a place to put money for that project.
Okay, so it doesn't have any actual tax levy or anything of that nature?
No,
Okay. Well, then I assume we can put the money in, we can take it back out, and then just put it back in public safety.
right, it just had to be used for public
If we
safety.
needed to. The simplest thing to do might, you know, I know you don't like the idea of setting aside the money and knowing exactly what you've got, but the simplest thing might be to not. Or else, you know, to avoid back and forth, because you can always send, obviously, to jail out of the public safety money.
Right, I don't think it was necessarily anticipated to need to be spent again, to save it back for the jail project, but they were just it was just asked that in case something did arise, since obviously.
Yeah, you could move it back, this is not a Q fund, this is actually established by, ordinance.
Okay,
We still have funds available, right? public safety. We haven't, we still have, I don't know how much.
I can look it up and email y'all.
Yeah, it's typically, with numbers in the past, we had a third or something like that.
You're right. This was money that we typically move back, so it doesn't get spent on other things, so that we were making sure we were spending it for the intended purpose. It just, we normally do at the end of the year and hope that there's only enough in that account. So that was the discussion about moving it to the beginning of the year to make sure it didn't get spent otherwise. Of course, this year is an anomaly, usual year, so I guess Mr. Major's concern here is that it's a different year for us. The certified shares is money that can be used for other things besides public safety. So that is one we want to table again. It's not as restricted as the public safety money.
Yeah, the public safety, I don't even know if you could use possibly a way to do that, but it's a short list of things that you could spend public safety specific money on. Virus pandemics may not be one of them, it's not on the list, but
I'm not sure if anyone knows if pandemic money is considered public safety yet.
it's a new one.
Yeah, but where certified shares would be more likely that we could spend
Absolutely.
anything on. Yes.
So maybe the 900,000 could be.
Yeah,
We
we
gotta
can-
look at that one, see, certified shares, like you just said, are more flexible versus the public safety money, which are very focused on their use.
So we're just gonna move on or table it, or what do you guys want to do?
Well, if you guys just want to, you know, you're gonna bring it back up, or you want to bring it up like short term?
And again, we gotta think that that local income money will be reduced since there's so many people that are out of work.
That is a very good possibility.
So, I mean, that's another thing we need to think about. Also, we'll have cash flow problems with people paying property taxes. They were due today, but there is a 60-day extension, if I'm correct.
Correct.
So,
So,
another thing to think about before we start appropriating or placing money in certain accounts.
Britt and Randy, are you able to hear okay?
Yes, I can.
It's kind of hazy on this end, but I'm trying to dig it out.
Okay. In case, we were talking about waiting until later in the year to do the certified shares money.
That's the move to King Jail.
Is that okay with you guys?
Can you repeat that again?
We approved the money for the public safety money to be moved to the Hume jail. But there is discussion about waiting to see what happens throughout the year to move the certified shares money over to the Hume jail. Since the certified shares can be used for other things besides public safety. I just
I'm
want,
good with that.
okay. All right. We'll just ask because you brought it towards the end of the year.
So we're gonna table it, or you're gonna deny this motion or this request?
You guys,
Tim, do you have a problem with holding off on the $900,000 request? It's your request, if it's by the commission, either commissioner rather. Just have everything on time.
I didn't quite get what you said.
are the commissioners okay with us holding off on discussing this at the end of the year for the certified share part?
I am.
Okay.
The certified share part, some of that is, you're talking about the ones, one amount's going in from the jump line.
Yeah.
And how much is the certified share part of it?
It was 900,000.
And the reason why you're not doing that?
In case money needs to be spent in other places this year due to the pandemic, I think if some expense would arise and we would pull extra money from certified shares, we haven't already moved it out of there.
Oh,
Okay.
I would say there's probably a 99.9% chance it's gonna get done eventually. Just hold off temporarily, just in case that money's needed for some crisis that we can't even predict today.
Okay,
Somebody needs to mute that mic.
this one?
Somebody who's on the phone line needs to try and mute their mic. They're getting a lot of feedback.
Hey, guys on the phone, we're getting a lot of feedback, so there might be a mic close to your phone.
I think it's on their end.
They can hear it.
Oh, we can hear. Okay, well,
Is it Ruben, perhaps? Do you have a mic up there?
No, I don't have a mic.
so we have no action on that tonight, and we will just ask the commissioners to bring it back later in the year after we see what this year brings us.
But do you need to deny it with a motion?
Would they want to rescind their motion?
You just want to rescind the motion? Okay, motion is rescinded.
I think RJ made a motion and Neil seconded it.
That was just for
That was
the
the
two.
600, but we're talking about the 900.
Because we put in an additional,
Oh,
we
so you didn't
advertised
make a
it.
motion for the 900.
No.
Oh, okay.
Keep them separate.
I wrote it down for 900, sorry.
So we don't need a motion to deny it.
Mr. Wilson is willing to rescind the request, the 900,000. Here. Everyone received a report from Corinda. She has listed all of the funds that are being invested and the year-to-date interest that we are earning on them. She wanted just everyone to be able to see what these investment accounts are doing. And if anyone has any questions, she's happy to answer them.
Is this a report from the treasurer?
Yes. Yes. We've been investing all the accounts that they need to earn more interest on them. She was wanting to make sure everyone was aware of what that interest was doing.
What's the total amount that was earned on that? Will it be on the last page?
Yeah, I think,
Looks like 73,000.
yeah, and I think that's of April, there's a date on it.
April 20th, the year-to-date interest on our accounts is $73,245.40.
And that's just for moving money around, right?
Yeah, she holds it in the accounts that earn interest until it's needed and then disperses it out of the account.
Trust Indiana.
What's that?
Trust Indiana. okay.
Yes.
No, the funding, the return on it goes right back into the account, is that way it's set up?
Yes, that's my current understanding is that the interest rolls back into the account that's earning. Okay. Our next item is the sheriff commissary fund. This was on the agenda from our March meeting. It was tabled. In your packet included examples of other counties and then what Mr. Phelps is asking for ours. The State Board of Accounts needs that in writing. Are there any questions for Mr. Phelps regarding the agreement?
Mike, could you maybe explain what changes you're wanting?
Well, it's
in
not
this
changes, we
updated-
already have a verbal agreement in place, and so the prior sheriffs with the council, when I come in 2015, either January or February, so do a recording of it. But I was at a regional sheriff's meeting back in December or January, and this topic came up. And there was only a couple of us in the room, sheriffs, that didn't have an agreement in writing. Because the Indiana Code specifies what you can use commissary money for, and then it says, and any other agreements between the sheriff and the financial of the county. So I called State Board of Accounts, and of course, I told them that we already had a verbal agreement in place, and prior sheriffs have done the same thing. And they recommended to protect both the council and me, that we have that agreement in writing, so that if there is a question about it, we're not going back looking for transcripts and audio recordings and all that. So, I mean, that's how the money's being used now anyway. The only thing that's different is I put a cap amount for purchase on there, like most other sheriffs have done. I just used the example that I sent to you guys. But we never had a cap amount on it before, it was just particularly what it could, I don't understand. All I'm asking is put in writing to cover at least my own tail, but it would cover you guys too. If I bought something and you're going to, you know, state board of accounts doesn't like it, then you guys already have the agreement too.
Is there any further questions?
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Okay. In Exhibit A of the document, it does list all of the things that you would be able to use commissary funds for. And like you said, there is a line 27 there. Basically, it makes you fit under the 1,500 that you can use to pay for shifts, which is usual.
We need a motion to adopt the resolution. I will make a motion to adopt the, unnumbered resolution. Do we have a number for that?
I'll assign it after the meeting.
Okay. We have a 2020 resolution to approve the language necessary for the sheriff's commissary fund expenditures to be acceptable to the council and the sheriff's office to spend the money as they see fit in Exhibit A.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Costello and a second by Mr. Donovan to approve the commissary fund agreement. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, say no. Motion is approved. And we have one additional item to discuss. Eric Scheidler from the Soil and Water, he has asked us if we would allow the auditor's office to receive grant funds that will allow him to hire an employee. He's not asking the county for any money to cover any cost. He just would like the auditor's office to do the payroll for him.
And Eric did try to call in and he's not unable to connect, but he is chatting. If you have any questions, I can ask him.
Okay.
Is that with the Soil Conservation Service or is that with?
Yes. The grant would fully fund a full-time employee for 13 months. With no cost to the county. He's just needing our blessing to allow the auditor's department to display that payroll.
Is that fine with you, Judy?
Yes, and he spoke with Anita, the payroll deputy, and she's
Yes,
good with
Anita
it.
was completely fine with everything. She said this has been done in the past with other things. She has no problem with it, and she helps him make sure all the payroll taxes are already covered in the grant.
I'll make a motion that the Vermillion County Council permits the auditor's office to accept the funds.
I'll second.
Could, we make sure that, it's only functional with that grant?
Yeah.
If the grant runs out, the funds will not be there.
When I
Is
spoke
that
with
something that we should think about?
Amy, you met, Eric did tell me, but I want to clarify that that is just, once the grant funds are up, that is the end of the employment.
Let's see what he says.
I thought it would have to be, once the grant funds are ready,
Yeah, you have to.
budgets.
Yeah, there'd be no funds to support it.
You would have to approve it.
Which will all have to be approved.
Yes, that is correct, but we hope to get an extension.
Thank you. Thanks, Eric.
We'll just look at 15 months. Limit. And that's all we want to do. Approve it for 13 months.
Who wants to fund it, then they do it. I have a motion by Mr. Donovan and a second from Mr. Spence to allow the grant money to flow through the auditor's office. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved. Does anyone have any other items for tonight? Mr. Yoder?
One thing I want to discuss, let you know that the countywide cleanup day, we're still going to do that. We don't know exactly when. I'm in the process of getting a sponsorship for the dumpsters, so hopefully it won't cost the county anything to put it on.
All right.
And secondly, Mr. Dunham and I have been talking and trying to find out to get a quote up for 911 signs for the county that will be put up at each individual house. And so I don't know where, by next council meeting, I think we should probably have something to come to you as far as request funding for it. So I just want to let you know ahead of time, we're working on that.
Thank you. Appreciate those updates. Is there any other items? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Rager to adjourn,
I'll second that. We're good.
second by Mr. Costello. Those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone, for
Aye.
attending. Thank you for everyone for attending. Have a good evening.